All right, we're looking at 2.9, and these are problems using words today. Okay, so we already know how to solve these problems, but now we're saying, okay, let's solve these using words. Yikes. Okay, not as hard as it sounds. So let's look at this right here. It says, model the story. Okay, I'll use it up here. It says, you have 5 puzzle pieces. Your friend has 9. How many more pieces does your friend have than you? So I'm going to draw, says you, so you, or just, you could say me. Okay, and I have how many pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5. So I did that. So model that, show that as a picture. Okay, draw it as a circle, circles, puzzle pieces. So get out your pencils. Okay, and then it says your friend, so I'm just going to write friend, has 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 5, friend has 9. God bless you. Oh, God bless you. Okay, so draw the U, the 5 dots, and then the friend, and the 9 dots. Okay, do that now. You and friend. Okay, now if we're going to make an equation, am I going to add those together? Well, what's it asking? How many more pieces does your friend have than you do? So what kind of equation is this going to look like? Is it going to look like 5 and add the friends? Am I going to take my friends and subtract me?
No.
Which one? It says, how many more pieces does your friend have than you? Well, I'm going to get out a different color so you can see this. Right? Okay, so I have 1. My friend has 1. I have 1. My friend has 1. I have 1. My friend. Me, friend, me, friend. So what do I have left?
4.
So how many more pieces does your friend have? She has 4 more. So which equation matches that?
9 minus 5.
The addition or subtraction?
Subtract.
Yes. This one works. This one does not work. Okay, how many more pieces? 4. Okay, these are harder because you have to understand what is going on up here, and you have to make your equation. Did they say 5 plus 9 or 9 minus 5? No, you had to come up with, this is the equation that we're using. Okay? All right, so let's turn the page. We have to think a little differently today. Okay, so here's something that they like to use as a method, and I really like it too. So I'm going to start down here. It says, circle what you know. Say that. Circle what you know. Now say this. Underline what you need to find. Okay, so circle what you know is what they tell you, information. And then underline what you need to find is the equation, kind of clues about what equation is going to be. Okay, so let's read this. 14 kids are on the bleachers. 5 kids are on the stage. 6 kids are behind the curtain. That's a lot of information that I know, right? So that's why they circled it for us. How many fewer kids are on the stage than on the bleachers? This is where our equation comes in. Okay, so let's see. Solve. Kids on bleachers. Kids on bleachers. How many were there?
14.
14. So they put 14. 5 kids are on the stage. Looks like they did part of it was what? 5. 6 kids are behind the curtain. How many fewer kids are on the stage than on the bleachers? Do you see the 6 anywhere?
No. Yes.
Where? By where?
Kids.
You see the 6 with this, but do you see the 6 anywhere?
No.
So let's just look at this. So kids on bleachers, 14. 14, right? 5 kids on the stage. 5. Well, it's asking. Let's just kind of bypass this. We did our 5. Go over here. How many fewer kids are on the stage than on the bleachers? Does this 6 kids behind the curtain even matter?
No.
That's why they didn't use it. Okay, so they did part, whole. So as we found out, the whole is the biggest number. If you're trying to find out how many fewer kids are on the stage, then of course you would start with the biggest number, right? You start with the biggest number and then you'd have to subtract. So 14, subtract 5 equals, they found out 9. And they reversed it, 5 plus 9 equals 14. So how many fewer kids are on the stage than on the bleachers? There's 9 fewer kids. Confusing, isn't it? Now, let's just look at this and we might be like, okay, I kind of get it, kind of not, I'm not sure. Let's try and do one together. Okay, so let's go down here. All right, it says, you have 7 more keychains than your friend. Circle it. Because that's information we know, right? You have 15 keychains. Circle it. How many keychains does your friend have? Now this is what we're gonna underline that because we're gonna figure it out. Okay, so number 1, you. How many keychains do you have?
15.
So we have a really big number 15, so that's probably going to be our whole right there, right? So we put our whole in the bigger one, 15. Your friend has how many? 7 more. So where is that going to go? Over here? Okay, so let's just go ahead and we can just put it right in there. Okay, 7 and what together are going to be 15? I would use my number line. That's what I would do. Or doubles facts. 7 and something together is 15. Nico? 8? Yes, good job. 8. So let's see if I add those together. Well, I'm not going to add them. I want to actually take this. The 15. Okay, because that's what I have. Because I want to know how many keychains does your friend have? Well, I'm going to subtract the 7, and I'm going to get my 8. So 8 keychains. How many keychains does your friend have? 8 keychains. Okay, I know these are a little confusing. Let's just go on. I don't even ask how you're doing because these are hard. Let's go on to the next one. All right, next one, number 2. Some friends are at a community pool. 8 more join them. Now there are 12. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I have a lot of numbers that I know things about, so I'm going to start circling a bunch of the information. Circle what you know, right? Okay, now the last one, maybe you didn't like seeing that as part whole. Let's just write an equation, okay? So what are some numbers we have? I'm going to circle some numbers so I don't lose them. 7, and I have 12. So I'm probably going to use 12 and 7 in an equation, right? I'm not going to use random numbers. Okay, so some friends are at the community pool. 7 more joined them. Now there are 12. So how many is going to be there? How many total are there? 12. So maybe we should say equals 12 maybe first. Let's start with that. How many is going to be there? 12. So let's just start with the end. Now there are 12. Okay? You know that there's 7 more. So let's see. 7 more. And then you have your question right there. Right? So you have something, and there's more. There's going to be 12. So what is this question right there? What number would fit in there? Jay?
6.
6 and 7 are going to be 12. Close. Good. Yes. You're going to put a 5 there. Because 5 plus your 7 is your 12. Now, could I have done part whole with that?
Yes.
I could have. Let's just go back and do that one. So if I wanted to do it the other way, like the one they showed us before that, I would put what in that right there. What's the whole? What's the whole?
12.
Yes, 12. We had 7, and then we had to find out. Jay helped us. He found out what is that other number that equals 12 with that. 5 and 7, right? So you could do either way. All right, let's do another one. Number 3 says, some friends are playing miniature golf. 8 of them leave. There are 6 left. How many friends were there to start? All right, so circle what you know. Okay, underline what you need to find out. Underline is like the question of it. Okay, so some friends are playing miniature golf. There's no numbers there. I'm going to circle my 8 to make sure I use that. And my 6. I want to make sure I use those. Okay, now let's see. 8 of them leave. There are 6 left. How many were there to start? So what's my end number here? 6. Could I end my equation? How do you end equations?
No.
With equals, right? What is my equation going to equal?
6.
Okay, so I'm going to start with my equals what? 6, because there's 6 left. That's how many are there at the end, right? Okay. 8 of them leave. What symbol is going to show, like, if we had 8 people in this room leave the room, is that subtracting or is that adding people to our room? Chris,
Subtracting.
subtracting. Okay, so if 8 of them leave, should I go subtract 8?
Yeah.
They left.
Yes.
They left the room.
Yes.
So I'm going to start from the back, subtracting 8. So again, I have this question mark. How many started us? How many friends were there to start? So how many are there? 8 left. And how many were left behind? 6 were there at the very end. I know this is hard. What number, when you subtract 8 from it, is going to be 6? I should see people looking at their number line, subtracting 8 from a number, and getting 6. Is it going to be a small number?
No.
No, it's going to be a bigger number. Remember we talked about that? Olivia found that out the other day. She goes, oh, a big number has to go there. And you subtract. All right, what are we figuring out? Miss Maddie. 2 minus 8. So remember, is 2 a big number?
No.
So it can't be a small number. Olivia the other day, she goes, oh, I realized something. That has to be a pretty big number. So 2 isn't bigger than all these other ones. So it can't be 2. You're onto something, though. It can't be 2 because it's got to be a bigger number. Olivia, what do you think?
14.
She said 14. Does anybody agree with her?
Yes.
Is 14 minus 8 6?
Yes.
Yes. So there were 14 friends. That's tricky. All right, we're going to stop right there for a second.